introduce to you the Komplete Kontrol A49. Welcome back, my old subscribers. I've been doing a lot of music stuff lately, and I think we're gonna keep going with that trend for now. But you know, we've been doing keyboard stuff, and the keyboard has something special in my heart because it's the first instrument I learned to play, and it's the one I'm most familiar with. But I also realize the potential it has to apply other sounds. As you know, we've been using the Korg Micro Key Air, which gives you access through MIDI to play pretty much any instrument you want and create your music on the spot. So I'm going to show you what we can do with a different type of keyboard. It's still within budget range. I'd say it's very close to the same pricing as the Korg, but nonetheless still very renowned, great sounds and features. Let's check out what I'm talking about. Okay, so first things first, if you're new to the MIDI keyboard world or electronic instruments or digital music, this is a great option to learn, to teach others, and to make your own music. There's so many layers and abilities. You're pretty much limited to your creativity because we have tons of software options, tons of keyboard options. If you search on music sites, you'll see it's an endless research trying to find the right keyboard. I introduce to you the Komplete Kontrol A49. And you'll notice there's a lot more different knobs on this. And that's because this has much more potential. You can do loops, you can control every aspect of your music with this. And I'm going to show you what we can do with this. It's a slightly bigger keyboard, and as you can tell, I had to change the angle of this video because it wouldn't fit how I used to record. I'm really loving this keyboard, and in comparing it to the Micro Key Air, which I still have, I'm feeling a little bit, if I was feeling expressive already, I'm feeling this much more expressive with this keyboard. So let's go into the features and into what you need to use a MIDI keyboard. Remember, when you use a MIDI keyboard, you can use it on any computer, which is when you're gonna get the most features out of it. But in our case, I'm first gonna show you with an iPad or a phone what you can do. So let's get into what the minimalist setup is to play music. You can't see my face as well, but I'll try. The point is to see the keyboard. So this is pretty much what we need. This keyboard, in comparison to the first one that I reviewed, is about this wide. So we're adding this whole section, maybe 3 or 4 inches of features with these knobs. Tons of features. There's other videos you can watch where you can see everything that you can do with this thing, because all these knobs are very vast, and for someone like me who's not used to using electronic music or creating music like this, these knobs are, I don't think I've even scratched the potential of these. You know, you need an iPad or an iPhone. I use this stand that I got on Amazon for like $6, so I can stand it in front. And this one's not Bluetooth. But don't think that's a limitation, because all Bluetooth keyboards have a USB end, and we can easily use a camera connector like this to the iPad. Now I just need to plug in the MIDI connection. Which side is up? There we go. But since it knows that this is not a laptop, it's not gonna let me use all of the features, so keep that in mind. This is just for an on-the-go setup. When you do it with an iPad here, you're not gonna have access to every single feature, every single button here. In this comparison, it's more about the keys. These are full-size keys. They're a little bit more weighted. They're smooth and they're nice to play with. The limitation I found with the Korg Micro Key Air, although I could make a lot of music with it, was the size of the keys. I think that was my biggest thing that kept me just a little bit wanting to explore more. And I found this keyboard, full-size keys, slightly weighted. That means you can do a lot more. It's easier to play, easier to be expressive. So let me plug in my pedal here. And it has a pedal plug-in too, which is nice. And like I said, you can connect this to your Mac, your PC, whatever you're using. if you want to use all of the features, if you want to use every single feature with no limitations, you're going to have to use a computer. But I don't want to be limited. I have a keyboard at home. I want to have something I can take with me. So let me first make sure my polarity isn't reversed. And I'm going to put up my favorite app for playing piano, the Piano 3D app. There we go. So everything is set up. You'll see how easy. I'm just on a small table. You can do this. You can set up anywhere. Full-size keys, I could tell you right away, makes a huge difference. As much as I love the Micro Key Air, they were like half of the size, which makes playing scales really hard. So let's just play something really quick and see how it feels so you can hear it. That would have been very hard to do with the half-sized keys. You're still not losing the octave ability, which I loved on the keyboard. The other one, the Korg Micro Key. Okay, to finish up this video, I'm gonna make another one showing you the full computer features on this, because this is just a piano feature when you're using the iPad, because you're a little bit more limited. It's more minimalist. Of course, if you're using GarageBand, you're expanding what your keys can do, but I'm talking about using this whole top part. That's a whole other, you're gonna need a manual for that. So next time I'll show you what plugging into a computer does and what potential that has, because it's significant to have this much control with something so small right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the links to the pricing so you can compare it to the Micro Key Air and see that for getting a full-size key, which is one of the biggest things for me as a pianist. Maybe not if you're not focused on the piano part, but a full-size key, really good action, makes a difference. This will be my improvisation of Clair de Lune by Debussy. I've never learned this song with the notes, so it will be by improvisation.